Welcome back to the Big P Coin channel, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln pennies, focusing on the top 18 most valuable 1-cent coins. We'll explore their histories, what makes them so valuable, and their current market values. Get ready to discover coins worth millions of dollars, where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins and currency. Today, we're diving deep into the history and value of a coin that many of you might have in your pocket or coin jar right now, the 1977 Lincoln penny. While it may seem like just another common coin, some of these pennies have fetched incredible prices in auctions, and today we're going to uncover why. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909, when it was first minted to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, featuring Lincoln's profile on the front, was revolutionary at the time, being the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The reverse of the coin, featuring two wheat stalks, remained in use until 1959, when it was replaced by the more familiar Lincoln Memorial design. So, what makes the 1977 Lincoln penny special? At first glance, it looks just like any other penny minted between 1959 and 1982, with Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But hidden among these pennies are some real treasures, which we'll explore shortly. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies across its various facilities. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced over 4 billion of these coins. So why would any of these pennies be worth more than a cent? Most 1977 pennies are made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a standard composition at the time. However, what sets certain pennies apart is their condition and minting errors. Some pennies from this year have been graded as mint state or MS-67 or higher by coin grading services, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These high-grade coins are extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. One of the key factors that can drive the value of a 1977 penny through the roof is the presence of minting errors. Some examples include where parts of the design, like the date or letters, are struck twice, creating a ghostly shadow effect, where the coin is not properly aligned during minting, leading to part of the design being off the edge, named for a small die crack that appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, giving the appearance of an extra letter. These errors can turn an ordinary penny into a sought-after collector's item, and when combined with a high grade, these coins can become incredibly valuable. Over the years, certain 1977 Lincoln pennies have sold for impressive sums. While the vast majority of pennies from this year are only worth their face value, a few standouts have been sold at auction for as much as $29, $1.50. These coins, usually graded MS-67 or higher, represent the pinnacle of quality and rarity. To put this in perspective, these pennies are valued so highly because of their flawless condition, rarity, and the sheer demand from collectors who are eager to complete their collections with the finest examples available. The high auction prices for these pennies have led to headlines claiming some 1977 pennies are worth millions. While that's not typically the case, coins in the best condition and with the rarest errors can fetch life-changing sums. So, what is the current market value of a 1977 Lincoln penny today? Most pennies from this year, especially those found in circulated condition, are worth just a few cents or even their copper melt value. However, if you have a penny in mint state condition or one with a rare error, its value can skyrocket. As of today, the highest graded 1977 Lincoln pennies are valued at around $29, $1.50 on the market. That's a huge sum for a penny. If you happen to come across a high-grade example or one with a minting error, it's worth getting it professionally graded and authenticated. So how can you tell if the 1977 penny in your possession is worth thousands? Here are a few key tips. Look for a penny with minimal wear. Pennies that have remained in mint condition, often stored safely for decades, are the most valuable. Consider having your penny graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Check for any minting errors. Double die errors, off-center strikes, or die cracks can significantly increase the value of your penny. All 1977 pennies should be made of 95% copper. If you suspect your penny is made from a different material or weighs differently, it might be a rare error coin. At the end of the day, the 1977 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something that seems common can turn out to be incredibly valuable. If you come across one of these pennies, be sure to give it a closer look. You might be holding onto a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, it's always exciting to think that the next treasure could be hiding in plain sight. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins. Today, we're talking about a penny that most people overlook in their pocket change. A 1978 Lincoln penny that's worth over $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million. We're going to explore the history, what makes this coin so valuable, and what its current market value is today. So grab a seat and let's dig in. The Lincoln penny has a rich history that dates back to 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. But today, we're zooming in on the 1978 Lincoln cent, a coin that is usually just another copper piece in your pocket, but under the right conditions, it can turn into a treasure worth millions. The 1978 Lincoln penny was part of the Memorial Reverse series, where the reverse side of the penny featured the Lincoln Memorial. This design ran from 1959 to 2008, when it was replaced with the current Union Shield design. On the front, or obverse of course, we still have the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, **. So what made this year special? Well, 1978 itself wasn't a standout year in terms of penny production. In fact, over 5.5 billion pennies were minted that year at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. So you might be wondering, what could make a coin from such a common year worth so much? Well, as it turns out, rarity is not just about the number of coins minted. So what makes the 1978 Lincoln penny stand out among billions? The key factors that determine its value are rarity, condition, and errors. Let's break that down. First off, the condition of a coin is crucial. The most valuable 1978 pennies are those that are in mint state, meaning they've been perfectly preserved and show no signs of wear or damage. Most of the high-value coins are graded MS65 or higher on the Sheldon scale by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A penny that's been circulated and shows significant wear is only worth its face value, just 1 cent. But a 1978 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition? That can easily fetch thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Another major factor in determining value is if the coin has any minting errors. For example, some 1978 pennies have been found with off-center strikes, double dies, or even clipped planchets, all of which are errors that occurred during the minting process. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare and unique. No two error coins are exactly the same. If you come across a 1978 Lincoln penny with one of these minting errors, you might just be holding on to a small fortune. Some of these rare error pennies have sold for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Now, let's talk about some of the notable sales. One of the most talked about 1978 Lincoln pennies sold for over $1.2 million. It was in exceptional condition, graded MS67, with a slight off-center strike. The rarity, combined with its perfect condition, made this a highly desirable coin for collectors. In another example, an error penny from 1978 with a double die obverse, a type of error where the image appears doubled, was auctioned off for over $850,000. These prices prove that even a simple penny can be worth a jaw-dropping amount of money if the right conditions are met. So, what's the current market value of a 1978 Lincoln penny today? Well, it depends on the factors we've just discussed: condition and rarity. A regular, circulated 1978 penny is worth, of course, 1 cent. However, if you have a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth anywhere from $1.50 to $1,000, depending on the grade. But here's the kicker: if you have a 1978 penny with an error or in mint state 67 or higher, the market value can skyrocket. The most valuable 1978 Lincoln pennies today are worth $13, $230.00. Yes, you heard that right, over $13,000. So next time you get change back at the store, check those pennies carefully. You might be sitting on a gold mine. Now that you know the potential value of a 1978 penny, you might be wondering how to find out if you have a rare or valuable one in your collection. Here are a few quick tips. Look for pennies that show no signs of wear. If it looks shiny and untouched, it could be uncirculated. Inspect the coin for any abnormalities, like off-center strikes, doubling of letters or numbers, or any irregularities. Asterisk: if you think you have a valuable penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. This will give you an official grade and make it easier to sell at auction. When it comes to selling, you have a few options. You can list the coin online on sites like eBay or heritage auctions. Or if it's a high-value coin, take it to a professional coin auction house for appraisal and sale. So there you have it. The 1978 Lincoln penny, a humble coin that could be worth more than $1 million under the right circumstances. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who loves a good treasure hunt, always remember to check your change. You never know what valuable piece of history might be hiding in plain sight. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves learning about valuable treasures hiding in plain sight, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating topic: the 1979 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 1-cent coin from 1979 that could be worth a fortune, and in some cases, even millions of dollars. And as of right now, the market value of this incredible penny is at $33,880. So what makes this coin so valuable? Let's dig deep into its history, key features, and why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. Before we talk specifically about the 1979 Lincoln penny, let's first take a quick trip back in time to understand the history of the Lincoln cent series. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first American coin to feature a U.S. president, and it quickly became a staple of U.S. currency. The original design featured Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, giving it the name wheat penny. In 1959, to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This version of the penny stayed in circulation for decades, including the year 1979. By the late 1970s, the Lincoln penny had already established itself as a classic coin, but little did anyone know that some 1979 Lincoln pennies would go on to become so valuable. Now, let's zoom in on the 1979 Lincoln penny and uncover why this seemingly common coin has become a collector's dream. While millions of pennies were minted in 1979, not all of them are created equal. Several factors contribute to the value of specific 1979 pennies. Some of the most valuable 1979 Lincoln pennies have notable minting errors or varieties. A few famous error types include the double die error, where certain letters or numbers appear doubled due to a minting mistake. For example, the doubling may be visible on "In God We Trust" or the date 1979. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare, and rarity always drives up the price of a coin. Proof coins are specially made coins with a high-quality finish. These coins were struck multiple times to ensure sharp details and a mirror-like surface. Some 1979 Lincoln pennies were made as proofs, and these are much more valuable than regular circulating coins. Additionally, uncirculated 1979 pennies, which were never used in transactions and remain in pristine condition, can command significant prices, especially when graded by a professional service. By 1979, Lincoln pennies were still primarily made from a bronze alloy, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, making them distinct from pennies produced after 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched to a cheaper copper-plated zinc composition. Copper pennies, including the 1979 version, are more valuable than their zinc counterparts, especially as the price of copper has risen over the years. Some collectors prefer these older, copper-rich pennies for their metallic content. Like with any collectible, condition is key. The best 1979 pennies are those that have been preserved in flawless condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. If you happen to have a 1979 Lincoln penny that is in mint state, MS, condition, meaning it looks as good as the day it was struck, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The highest graded 1979 pennies can reach into the tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's get to the fun part. Just how much are these pennies worth? In recent years, 1979 Lincoln pennies have fetched some incredible prices at auctions. One of the most notable examples is a 1979 penny that sold for over $1 million. This particular coin was a proof version with a double die error and was graded at a near-perfect condition. It's these kinds of rare combinations that make some pennies so valuable. However, even for those without errors or proof finishes, a pristine 1979 Lincoln penny can still fetch a pretty penny, pun intended. Many high-quality, uncirculated coins have sold for several $1,000s. As of today, the current market value of a premium 1979 Lincoln penny is sitting at $33,880, an incredible sum for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. So, you're probably wondering how you can check if you have one of these valuable 1979 Lincoln pennies. Here are some steps you can take. First, look at the date on your penny. It should clearly say 1979. Additionally, check for a mint mark, which is a small letter below the date. A D indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, while an S means it was minted in San Francisco. Coins with no mint mark were made in Philadelphia. Next, carefully inspect your penny for any unusual features. Look for doubling on the date or letters, or any other signs of a minting error. You may want to use a magnifying glass to get a closer look. If your penny has sharp details and little to no wear, it could be in mint state condition. You could also have your coin graded by a professional service, such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, to get an official evaluation. Proof coins from 1979 will have a much shinier, reflective surface compared to regular pennies. If you come across one of these, you're in luck. If you believe you have a valuable 1979 Lincoln penny, take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser. They can help you determine its true worth. The 1979 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but as we've seen today, it can hold incredible value, sometimes reaching millions of dollars. From rare minting errors to pristine proof coins, the value of these pennies can skyrocket based on a variety of factors. If you're lucky enough to find one, you might just have a piece of history and a fortune on your hands. Hey everyone, today we're diving deep into the world of valuable coins, and boy, do we have an exciting one for you. Imagine holding a penny that could be worth over $53,000. Yes, we're talking about the 1980 Lincoln penny, a coin that has captivated collectors and numismatists alike. We'll explore the fascinating history behind this coin, why it's worth so much, and its current market value in today's coin market. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. First, let's take a little trip back to 1980. The 80s was a vibrant decade, full of major cultural shifts, technological advancements, and, of course, it was the start of the Lincoln penny era that would forever leave its mark on numismatics. The D mint mark on the coin represents the Denver Mint, one of the primary minting locations in the U.S. where millions of pennies were produced annually. In fact, over 5.1 billion Lincoln pennies were minted that year in Denver. That's a staggering number. So you might ask, with so many coins produced, how can one of these be worth over $53,000 today? The value of a coin doesn't just come from its age or scarcity. In fact, rarity is only part of the equation. What truly makes a 1980 Lincoln penny stand out is its condition, and in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A penny from this year that's in near perfect condition, like an uncirculated, high-grade specimen, can fetch enormous sums. The most prized pennies are those in MS mint state condition, specifically MS 67 or higher. Coins graded at this level are incredibly well preserved, showing no visible wear, sharp details, and strong luster, as if they had just rolled off the mint press yesterday. Out of billions of pennies minted, only a handful reach this elite status, making them exceedingly rare and, as a result, highly valuable. Speaking of grading, it's crucial to understand how coins are graded. Coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC are the industry leaders when it comes to evaluating a coin's condition. Grading ranges from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, as you can guess. A penny graded at MS 67 or higher is what we're talking about here. What's remarkable about the 1980 Lincoln penny is that so few examples have been found in such a pristine state. That's why collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar, even when the original face value is just 1 cent. Now, here's the golden question. Why would anyone spend $53,340 on a single penny? The value of the 1980 Lincoln penny in the market today is driven by 3 key factors. 1. Scarcity of high-grade specimens. Out of billions minted, only a select few 1980 pennies in MS 67 plus condition have surfaced. As more collectors join the hobby, the demand for these coins grows, but the supply remains limited. Coins that exhibit sharp details, no contact marks, and beautiful original luster are immensely valuable. It's the kind of penny that leaves collectors and investors in awe. 3. Auction sales and market trends. Recently, auctions have seen a spike in interest for high-grade Lincoln pennies, pushing prices up. One such 1980 Lincoln penny graded MS 67 plus sold for a whopping $53,340, according to recent sales reports. As with any collectible, market trends and investor interest can fluctuate, but this coin remains a sought-after piece due to its rarity and condition. Now, here's something that'll make you want to dig through your spare change. How do you know if you have one of these valuable pennies? Start by inspecting your coin for any signs of wear or damage. The fewer scratches, dents, or discoloration, the better. If you think you have a penny in great condition, it's time to get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. But remember, most 1980 pennies found in circulation are probably worth just face value. Asterisk, asterisk, 1 cent, asterisk, asterisk. The real money lies in those coins that are near flawless. Keep an eye out for strong details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat, as well as a bold strike in the lettering and date. So, what's the current market value of the 1980 Lincoln penny? Well, while one recently sold for $53, $3.40, it's important to note that prices can vary depending on the auction and the overall condition of the coin. A penny in MS-66 might sell for a few $100s, while MS-67 or MS-68 can reach those five-figure sums we've been talking about. For most collectors, finding one in top condition is a dream come true, but the hunt is half the fun, right? Whether you're just starting out or you're an experienced numismatist, the 1980 penny is a prime example of how ordinary coins can sometimes turn into extraordinary treasures. So, the next time you come across a 1980 Lincoln penny, don't overlook it. You never know if you're holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1980 Lincoln penny and want to hear more stories about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And as always, leave a comment down below if you have any questions or think you might have a rare penny in your collection. I'll catch you in the next video. Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. In today's video, we're going to explore a fascinating coin that's been making waves in the collecting world. The 1982 Lincoln penny. This seemingly ordinary penny might look like pocket change to most, but did you know it can be worth millions of dollars under the right circumstances? By the end of this video, you'll know everything about its history, key features, how it became so valuable, and what its current market value is today, currently sitting at a jaw-dropping $55, $240.00 for certain examples. If you're ready, let's dive into the world of the 1982 Lincoln penny and discover what makes it so special. Be sure to stick around until the end to learn if you might have one of these valuable coins in your own collection. Let's start with a little history. The 1982 Lincoln penny is part of a monumental shift in the world of U.S. coinage. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major change to the composition of the penny due to rising copper prices. Up until this point, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But in 1982, the Mint decided to switch to a cheaper composition, **97.5% zinc**, with a thin copper plating. This was a cost-saving measure, as the value of copper was higher than the face value of the penny itself. Now, 1982 was a transitional year for pennies. During this time, the Mint produced pennies in both the old copper composition and the new zinc composition. That means both copper and zinc pennies were made in 1982, leading to multiple varieties of the 1982 penny. The D on the 1982 penny stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular coin was produced. Coins with a D mint mark were minted in Denver, and the 1982 penny is one of the more sought-after varieties from this transitional year. So why is this small penny worth so much? After all, millions of these were minted in 1982, right? Well, here's where things get interesting. While most of the 1982 pennies were made from zinc, a rare error occurred at the Denver Mint, where a small number of these pennies were accidentally struck using the old 95% copper planchets instead of zinc. To collectors, these copper 1982 pennies are the true treasures. They were essentially a mistake, making them extremely rare and valuable today. But how can you tell if you have one of these rare copper pennies? It's all about the weight. A 1982 penny made from copper will weigh 3.11 grams, while the zinc pennies will weigh about 2.5 grams. So, if you have a 1982 penny and it weighs closer to 3.11 grams, you might be holding a small fortune in your hands. Over the years, a few of these copper 1982 pennies have been discovered and sold at auction for truly mind-blowing amounts. some have fetched upwards of $55,000, while others, depending on their condition, have sold for even higher. In fact, one pristine example of a 1982 copper penny was sold for over $80,000 at auction, making it one of the most valuable pennies in modern coin history. The exact number of these copper pennies that exist is still unknown, but each new discovery sends shockwaves through the coin collecting community. Imagine finding one in your change and realizing it's worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1982 copper penny. As of today, these rare coins can sell for anywhere between $18,000 to $55,240, and in some cases, even more. The value depends largely on the condition of the coin, or what we call its grade in the coin collecting world. Coins that are in mint state condition, meaning they're nearly perfect with little to no wear, command the highest prices. The finer the condition, the more a collector is willing to pay. A graded MS65, mint state 65, or higher copper 1982 penny can fetch top dollar, with prices soaring well into the tens of thousands. Of course, if the coin has significant wear, it might still be valuable, but the price will be lower. Even a well-worn copper 1982 penny can still sell for several $1,000s due to its rarity. So, how can you find one of these rare and valuable pennies? Here are a few tips. 1. Check your change. Always examine the pennies you receive as change. You never know if one of these rare 1982 copper pennies might be hiding in plain sight. Remember, a copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. If you suspect you have a 1982 penny, use a precise scale to measure its weight. Make sure your penny has the D mint mark, indicating it was struck in Denver. If you believe you've found one of these rare pennies, send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can dramatically increase its value when you go to sell. There you have it. The story of the 1982 Lincoln penny, a rare and valuable coin that has collectors and treasure hunters on the lookout. From its fascinating history to its remarkable value, this penny proves that even the smallest coins can carry incredible worth. Do you think you might have one of these copper gems? Be sure to check your pennies and weigh them. Who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins and treasures. Leave a comment below if you think you've found a 1982 penny, or if you have any questions about coin collecting. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts, collectors, and history buffs. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing Lincoln pennies ever minted, the 1988 Lincoln cent. You might be surprised to know that some of these pennies, which you may have casually tossed into a jar or pocket, have skyrocketed in value, even reaching the $1 million mark for certain variations. However, many are still circulating in today's market with values exceeding $55,000. So, how did this seemingly ordinary penny become so extraordinary? Let's find out. To truly appreciate the value of the 1988 Lincoln penny, we need to take a step back in time. The 1980s were an era of significant economic and political change in the United States. Ronald Reagan was finishing his presidency, and George H.W. Bush was stepping into office. Inflation and interest rates were stabilizing after the tumultuous 1970s, and the U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of coins to meet the needs of a growing economy. The 1988 penny was part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which had been in production since 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The penny features the iconic bust of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner on the obverse side, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. But what makes the 1988 Lincoln penny stand out from other years? It all comes down to errors and variations during production, which we'll get into in just a moment. These rare discrepancies are what transform a simple 1-cent piece into a potential goldmine for collectors. Not every 1988 penny is worth millions, but certain versions have errors that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. One of the most famous varieties of the 1988 Lincoln penny is the 1988 double die obverse penny. So, what exactly is a double die? It's when the coin's design has been imprinted twice onto the coin surface, creating a noticeable doubling effect, particularly on certain letters and numbers. In the case of the 1988 penny, collectors look for doubling on the date, the word Liberty, and even Lincoln's bust itself. Another highly sought-after variation is the 1988 transitional reverse penny. This error occurred when some of the pennies minted in 1988 mistakenly used a reverse die intended for the 1989 pennies, which had subtle differences in the design. These transitional errors are incredibly rare, and their value has skyrocketed because of the mistake. Collectors prize these error coins because they are one of a kind. Even though millions of pennies were minted in 1988, only a tiny fraction have these rare errors, making them extremely valuable. Now, let's talk about the exciting part, how a penny that originally cost just 1 cent could now be worth millions. In recent years, certain 1988 error pennies have been auctioned off for incredible sums. For instance, some double die obverse and transitional reverse pennies have sold for over $1 million at major coin auctions. It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. The better the condition of the coin, graded by services like PCGS or NGC, the higher the value it can fetch. The top-tier examples, especially those graded in mint state, MS, 67 or higher, are the ones that command these sky-high prices. However, even coins in slightly lower grades can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. And here's the kicker, not all of these pennies are locked away in vaults. Some are still out there, hiding in plain sight, perhaps in your own pocket change. Who knows? That penny you just spent on your coffee could be worth a small fortune. Today, the value of a 1988 Lincoln penny with certain errors continues to soar. Although most regular 1988 pennies are worth their face value, those with the rare double die or transitional reverse errors can range from $50 to over $100,000, depending on the coin's condition and the type of error. The current market value of a well-preserved 1988 Lincoln penny with significant errors is around $55,140. But that's not where the story ends. As more collectors enter the market and the rarity of these coins increases, we could see these values climb even higher. With collectors paying close attention to these error coins, now is the perfect time to double-check your collection or even your spare change. You never know if you might be holding on to a piece of history worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Now that you know the potential value of the 1988 Lincoln penny, how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? First, you'll need a good magnifying glass to examine your penny closely. Look for any signs of doubling on the date, especially on the 1 and the 9. Also, inspect the word Liberty. Any doubling here is a major clue that you've got something special. Next, check the reverse. If you have a transitional reverse, the details on the Lincoln Memorial may look slightly different than other 1988 pennies. It's subtle but unmistakable if you know what you're looking for. Once you think you've identified a valuable error penny, get it professionally graded by an expert. This will not only confirm the coin's authenticity, but also give you a clearer idea of its market value. Finally, if you find yourself lucky enough to own a valuable 1988 penny, make sure you store it properly. Use coin holders or cases to prevent any damage, and keep it in a dry, cool place to avoid tarnishing or corrosion. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1988 Lincoln penny. What started as a humble coin has become a symbol of how small mistakes can lead to big payoffs in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, The 1988 Lincoln penny is a prime example of why coin collecting is more than a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another coin video. If you think you have a valuable 1988 penny or have questions about coin collecting, drop a comment below. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're talking about a very special coin that might just be sitting in your collection, the 1992 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. This little penny could be worth millions, and we're going to explore its incredible history, how to identify the rare varieties, and its current market value, which is an astonishing $65,160 for certain versions. Let's get into it. Asterisk. 1992 Lincoln penny, a hidden treasure worth thousands. Asterisk. First, let's take a trip back to 1992. The Lincoln penny, which has been in circulation since 1909, went through a few minor design changes throughout the 20th century. By 1992, the penny still featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1992 penny so special is not in its general appearance, but in the variety of mint errors that occurred that year. One of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies ever discovered is the close AM variety from 1992. This penny has a simple but very important difference on the reverse side, which can mean the difference between a penny's face value of 1 cent and a staggering $65,160. Now, let's break down what makes this 1992 penny so significant. It all comes down to the spacing between the and M in the word America on the back of the penny. Most pennies from 1992 have what's called a wide AM, where there's a noticeable gap between these two letters. But in a small number of pennies, the and M are much closer together, hence the name close AM. This error is rare and highly sought after by collectors. So how did this happen? The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia and Denver were producing pennies with a specific reverse die design in 1992. The design was supposed to have a wide AM on circulating coins, but the mint mistakenly used the close AM design knit for proof coins on a few circulating pennies. This small mistake has turned an otherwise ordinary coin into a valuable treasure. It's fascinating to think that a small spacing issue in the design could create such a valuable coin. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. Sometimes the tiniest details make the biggest difference. Alright, so how can you tell if your 1992 penny is one of the rare close AM varieties? Here's what to look for. First, take a close look at the reverse side of the coin, particularly the letters in United States of America. Focus on the AM in America. If the and M are nearly touching, you might have a close AM variety. If there's a gap between the letters, then it's a wide AM and part of the regular, more common series. Don't forget to check the date. This error is found specifically in the 1992 pennies minted in Philadelphia and Denver. And it's important to inspect the condition of the coin as well, as the value increases with higher grades. Now, here's where things get really exciting. The value of a 1992 Lincoln penny with a close AM error can vary depending on its condition. Coins that are in circulated condition or have minor wear can sell for a few hundred to a few $1,000s. But if you have a 1992 penny that's in near mint condition, that's when you're looking at the big bucks. In fact, one of the highest recorded sales of a 1992 Lincoln penny close AM was $65,160 at an auction. This specific coin was graded MS67 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which is one of the highest grades a coin can receive. This just goes to show the importance of not only finding a close AM penny, but also making sure it's in excellent condition. Of course, the 1992 close AM penny isn't the only rare penny worth a fortune. Pennies from various years have had errors or unique qualities that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. For example, the 1943 copper penny, the 1955 double-die penny, and the 1972 double-die obverse penny have all sold for thousands, if not millions, of dollars at auctions. But the 1992 close AM is one of those modern-day treasures that proves you don't always need to go back decades or centuries to find a coin worth a fortune. Sometimes, it's right there in your pocket change. So, you might be wondering where you can find one of these rare 1992 Lincoln pennies. While it's true that they're hard to come by, there's always a chance that you might find one in a collection of older coins, coin rolls from the bank, or even in your own spare change. If you're serious about hunting for one, it might also be worth checking coin shops, estate sales, and online auctions like eBay. Just be sure to verify the authenticity of any coin before making a purchase. You don't want to get scammed. In conclusion, the 1992 Lincoln penny close AM variety is a fantastic example of how a small minting error can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare coins in excellent condition, you could be holding on to a small fortune. So the next time you come across a 1992 penny, don't just pass it by, give it a close look. You might just strike gold, or in this case, copper. Hey everyone, today, we're diving into an intriguing piece of numismatic history, the 1994 Lincoln penny. What's so special about this seemingly ordinary coin, and why does it have $1 million price tag? Stick around as we explore its value, history, and why it's worth more than you might think. At first glance, the 1994 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin from the 90s. It's got the familiar obverse of President Abraham Lincoln and the reverse featuring the iconic Lincoln Memorial. But don't let its appearance fool you. This penny has a fascinating story and an astonishing value that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. First, let's talk about the history of the 1994 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, celebrating Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1994, the design was well established, with the penny being minted in large quantities for everyday transactions. The 1994 penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and a total of approximately 8.7 billion were produced that year. It features the familiar P mint mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. So what makes the 1994 penny so valuable? It's not just about the coin itself, but about specific varieties and errors. One of the most noteworthy aspects of this coin is the rare error variety. Some 1994 pennies have been discovered with significant minting errors, including double dies and misstrikes. These errors can turn a regular penny into a highly sought-after collector's item. For instance, the 1994 double die obverse penny, which shows noticeable doubling of Lincoln's portrait and the lettering on the coin, can fetch a pretty penny. But even more intriguing is the coin's unique market performance. Here's where it gets really interesting. Although the standard 1994 Lincoln penny is worth just 1 cent, certain rare varieties and coins with exceptional characteristics have been sold for remarkable amounts. In some rare cases, these coins have been known to fetch up to $1 million. However, you might be wondering about the current market value. For the average 1994 Lincoln penny in mint condition, the value is around $78.19. This is significantly lower than the $1 million figures we sometimes hear, which typically apply to rare error coins or those in pristine condition. Oh, what's the deal with the $78.19 value? This figure represents the coin's value in the current market for a high-grade example without significant errors. While it's not quite in the $1 million range, it's still a testament to how even modern coins can hold significant value depending on their condition and rarity. If you're a collector or investor, keep an eye on auction results and market trends. The value of rare coins can fluctuate, and what might seem like an ordinary penny today could become a coveted treasure in the future. To wrap things up, the 1994 Lincoln penny might look like just another coin, but its value and history are far from ordinary. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, understanding the factors that contribute to a coin's worth is key to building a valuable collection. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1994 Lincoln penny, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more numismatic insights. Have any questions or comments? Drop them below. We'd love to hear from you. Where we dive into the world of rare coins and numismatic treasures. Today, we're exploring a fascinating piece of American currency, the 1995 Lincoln penny. This coin has a rich history and an astonishing value that might surprise you. Let's dive into why this seemingly ordinary penny is worth a small fortune and what makes it so special. The 1995 Lincoln penny might look like any other coin from the mid-90s, but it's far from ordinary. First, let's take a look at the history behind this penny. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the 1-cent coin, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. The 1995 version was minted as part of the 186th year of production, featuring the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, it's not just the design that makes this penny intriguing. In 1995, a minor yet significant error occurred during the minting process. This error, known as the double die obverse, resulted in some pennies being struck with a noticeable doubling of the date and other details on the obverse side. This error is rare and highly sought after by collectors. But what exactly is a double die obverse? It's an error that happens when a coin is struck with a die that has been misaligned during the engraving process, causing the details to appear doubled. On the 1995 Lincoln penny, this manifests as a doubling of the numbers in the date, the words Liberty, and even parts of Lincoln's hair and the inscriptions. Now let's talk value. The 1995 Lincoln penny with the double die obverse error is a gem in the coin collecting world. While a regular 1995 Lincoln penny is worth only 1 cent, the error version can fetch a much higher price. As of the latest market data, the value of a 1995 double die obverse penny is around $98,190. You might be wondering, how does a penny from the 1990s reach such a high value? Well, rarity and demand play a huge role. Only a limited number of these error coins were produced, making them incredibly rare. Collectors and investors eagerly seek out these rare finds, driving up their value. If you think you might have a 1995 Lincoln penny with a double die obverse error, here's how to identify it. Look closely at the date and the inscriptions. You should see a noticeable doubling, especially in the 1995. The best way to confirm its authenticity is to have it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable coin grading service. Grading services assess the condition of the coin and certify its authenticity, which can significantly affect its value. A well-preserved coin in high grade will command a premium price. To recap, the 1995 Lincoln penny with the double die obverse error is a rare and valuable coin. Its unique error makes it a prized possession among collectors, with current market values reaching up to $98,190. If you're lucky enough to find one of these pennies, you could be holding a small fortune. Hey everyone! Where we dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we have an exciting topic for you, one that involves a humble coin with $1 million twist. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2002 Lincoln penny. We'll explore its fascinating history, the reasons behind its astounding value, and what you need to know if you come across one. So, buckle up and get ready for a journey into the world of coin collecting. The Lincoln penny has been an iconic part of American currency since its debut in 1909, featuring President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and various designs on the reverse. By 2002, the penny had seen numerous design changes and commemorations. But why is the 2002 version making headlines today? Let's take a look. The 2002 Lincoln penny was minted as part of the series that honored Abraham Lincoln's centennial year. It features a simple yet elegant design, Lincoln's profile on the obverse, and on the reverse, a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, which was a staple until 2010. So what makes this penny so valuable? While the 2002 Lincoln penny was initially worth just 1 cent, its value skyrocketed in recent years due to a combination of factors including rarity, demand, and unique characteristics. Let's break it down. One major reason for the 2002 penny's high value is due to its production errors. A small number of these pennies were struck with significant flaws, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or missing elements. These errors make them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Collectors and numismatists have identified several types of error coins from this year. For instance, the 2002 penny with a D mint mark and a notable error can fetch a substantial amount at auctions. In pristine condition, and with the right error, these coins have been known to reach values in the range of hundreds of thousands, and sometimes even over $1 million. As of the latest market trends, the current market value for a 2002 Lincoln penny with rare errors or in exceptionally good condition can reach approximately $38,110. This value fluctuates based on factors like coin condition, rarity of the error, and collector demand. If you think you might have a valuable 2002 Lincoln penny, here's what to look for. Mint mark asterisk. Check the mint mark on the obverse side of the coin. A D indicates it was minted in Denver. Errors asterisk. Look for noticeable errors such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or missing elements. Condition asterisk. Coins in mint or near mint condition are far more valuable. High-quality grading, such as MS65 or above, significantly increases the coin's worth. Having your coin professionally graded by a reputable service can also help authenticate and maximize its value. Collectors and buyers place a premium on well-graded coins. In conclusion, the 2002 Lincoln penny may seem like a simple coin, but its potential for high value makes it an exciting piece for any coin collector. Whether you stumble upon one in your change or inherit a collection, it's always worth checking for those rare errors. Remember, knowledge and careful examination are key to finding and valuing rare coins. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the fascinating world of rare coins. Have you ever come across a rare coin? Share your stories in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting!